My fiancé cheated on me while on deployment. Exactly as title states. I'm deployed right now, no bother telling where for anonymity. My 33M, fiancé, 26F we'll call her M, has had difficulty adjusting to it as it is our first deployment together. The first month was rough but nothing alarming, just constant talking bad texts to try to stay in contact. Second month we had arguments because M just wants to find friends to hang out with. For context, she doesn't get out much, has severe trauma issues and isn't good with distance. I had taken several shorter 2-week trips during my homestay, and it seemed she fell apart every time, but never unfaithful. Third month there's distance. She met a friend who came down for work, and they hung out. This was actually a friendship, not the betrayal, nevertheless it was hidden to me because it was a guy. At this point I had stopped getting pictures as much, and our talks were briefer. I found out about the guy, and it started even more arguments because I thought she was cheating since it was hidden from me. Well, I don't know if this was the last straw or not, but then she went to her mom's for Christmas, so 2 weeks of not worrying about it. Then she got home, and it was only a few days later. I saw him on the camera. He was the tow truck driver who had picked up her Jeep after a car accident a few weeks prior. Midday, in between his shifts. He even had the tow truck with him. He was in the house for a little less than 2 hours. She called me afterwards, another brief call. And then I can only assume she got completely obliterated while talking to her mom. I got another call an hour or two later. This was the admittance. She didn't want to say it. But I had to hear it to know. She said she cheated on me. But she says it was a month ago, some guy she doesn't talk to anymore. Got drunk and doesn't know what happened. Of course I was upset. How could she do this to me? Our relationship has never been perfect, but we've been mostly stable for the past year out of the 4 years I've known her, and I was ready to marry her when I get home. She put these disgusting thoughts in my head of another man being where I should only be. She said she is sorry and wants to be forgiven. I say I forgive her, but in my thoughts I don't know if I can. On all accounts I love this girl. I've done everything I can for her while I've been out here, and I've committed myself. She broke that commitment. I was extremely upset at her, but that's the end of that conversation. We talked the next day where I tell her that I was certain it didn't happen a month ago, rather it was the same day she told me. More arguments and she won't admit the truth. At this point she retracts her previous statement that she cheated. She says she was really drunk and doesn't remember if it even happened. She says she would remember that. And on some level I wonder if she is blocking it out with the alcohol. I know better because I found his snap and asked him about it. He confirms that it did happen. In our home. In our bed. We've had talks since then about communication and transparency, something she struggles with after her previous marriage, but as long as I know she's doing what she says she's doing, I wouldn't have a problem. As I said it's not controlling to want to know what you're doing and where you are, it's just showing respect for your partner's feelings. So here we are at the halfway point. Just barely there, and now I'm wondering if I can even trust this person anymore. I found myself losing sleep just thinking about the betrayal. We haven't talked about it since then. Our talks are still brief, but it's not like she's going anywhere now. She's just been in the house. To the point, I want to keep this woman, which may speak volumes about me as well. We've been through a lot together and we both knew this deployment was going to take its toll. I want to go back to how it was, when we would just be able to talk for hours about nothing. Where I felt the love there. I fear she's destroyed something that was special. And this is the worst time. Being out here, I really need someone to be solid for me because I don't always have the best days out here, and it's nice to be reminded there's something at home waiting for me. My mind is scrambled trying to figure out what to do next. I hope this doesn't go viral as there's enough details in here to give it away, but if she saw it, what's the harm? Certainly she has to know that I know. I even told her exactly what happened all through the denial.